Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Now, yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. But you make it round the world and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World.
Scoop in, y'all, we got it. 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 Scoop in, y'all, we got it.
That's how we go. This is how it games, the present roll. That's how we go. This is how it games, the present roll. That's how we go. This is how it games, the present roll. That's how we go. This is how it games, the present roll. And now, get ready for Kendrick Haskins and Lloyd Spence, the press and the pros. Let's go.
I struggle to decide which one of those I like the best. That's a really nice intro.
The answer is yes.
Yes, that is the answer. That is the answer. That is the answer. My goodness. Listen, we're on our regular day now. We're back on our regular day. I don't know for how long, but just enjoy it. We're here. That is the great Kendrick Haskins. He's high on sports love. I'm Lloyd Spence. We're talking NBA. This is what Press and Pros is. It's an NBA-based show. And guess what? We got a lot of NBA to talk.
The NBA is popping.
NBA is popping. Shout out to Jack Harlow. What's popping?
Saw his boy last night at a high school game.
Did you? I just ironically
boy Ace.
I just ironically was doing something yesterday and took I take daily naps now. I have to take them. And took a nap, woke up. It was very nice. Let me tell you. Woke up and the new White Man Can't Jump was playing. I was like, oh, I haven't seen that in a long time. That was cool. So shout out to Jack. Don't love that one as much as the old one, but it was all right. It was all right.
It was fine for what it was.
For what it was, you know. Shout out to Kenya Barris. I love Kenya Barris. So
I hope my boy gets back in the studio or something. He's been laying low lately.
He's been quiet lately, you know. Took some time for himself, I guess, you know.
Yeah. He's around town sometimes. So
we got on some NBA gear. I'm straight Booyah Tribe today with the Scully, LA Scully. For those of you who remember the Booyah Tribe, you know, straight Scully.
Jordan,
got the Jordan goat shirt on. So the true king, as many think, you know, Jordan.
It hasn't changed.
Well, you know, because of who you ask.
It hasn't changed.
I have a different king, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. And not who you all think. I have a different king.
Bernard.
Exactly. No, I'm just kidding. Bernard is a great answer. Bernard is a great answer. Okay, we're listen. There's no reason to stop. This is the craziest beginning to what we knew would be a crazy deadline that it could have been. Like we said, okay, this should be pretty nutty, but it didn't start in the nutty way we thought it was going to start.
Right.
We still have a Giannis problem. Let's be clear. We still have a Giannis size problem right now, but it's hard to really gauge what is happening with this Giannis situation. So we're going to walk you through what has happened and then tell you what we think is going to happen. So let's start with the fact that on no one's radar did we see James Harden being traded to Cleveland for Darius Garland and a second-round pick. Crazy work.
Yeah, I mean, I expected Darius Garland to be traded.
I did.
Because that dude stays hurt. I've seen him in street clothes more than I've seen him in a uniform.
100%.
So I knew he was going to get traded. That James Harden part just came out of nowhere.
Yes.
It just seriously came out of nowhere. That all of a sudden James Harden was disgruntled in LA.
Though I will say, on this particular show, we have been saying free James Harden because I felt like he needed it. Which is ironic because we were saying it before they went on the winning streak, and then they went on like a 7-game winning streak, and like, oh, maybe James Harden doesn't need to be free.
I think they've won the most games since Christmas.
They have. Not named the University of Louisville. They have. And so women, right? Not men. But we were like, okay, maybe they figured it out. But James was like, no, we ain't figured nothing out. I want out. Now he's saying, I didn't do that. I did not do that. But the four previous times that he's been traded tend to lead us to believe that he probably asked for out, right?
Yeah, but the thing is like, given both parties in the situation, I can see anything. I can see him asking out. I can see the Clippers doing something dumb because
Clippers gonna Clipper all the time, every time. But I also think what we're also seeing is two things. There's massive salary dumps that have gone on and will go on. Because people are really, that second apron is kicking everybody's ass. Let's just call it what it is. It's that people are like, yo, man, I'm not going to pay this tax bill again. Like, this is crazy. So they're getting out from under that. But also, it is an experiment that for the last 3 years has yielded very mediocre. That seems harsh, but I'm not sure there's a better word. Mediocre,
maybe average.
Average for sure results. And it doesn't appear that there's any end in sight. Plus, James is up for another extension. So, do you really want to pay James more at age 36? Then the answer to that is probably no.
Probably no. And so that's why I can kind of believe the Clippers are rebuilding that James Harden was saying. Now, James Harden is saying that we haven't heard that from the Clippers.
Right.
But when you look at it like that, his contract's coming up. He's 36 years old.
Yeah.
The Clippers they've pretty much peaked where they're going to go. I mean, Kawhi is Kawhi.
They are smacking the top of the ceiling.
Right.
Not as hard as you can smack.
Yeah, so, like when you're a kid and you finally get to about 5 feet tall and you can jump and hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's what the Clippers are doing.
And what happens when you able to finally hit the ceiling, you realize, well, that was anticlimactic. And that's kind of where we are. Right. It's like, that's all it took? Wow. Okay. Well, that's where we are. This is where we are. They're not going any higher.
Yeah. And so it makes sense. And you trade him to a contender. The Cavs needed a point guard. They needed to have an
available point guard.
They needed a guard that could take the pressure off of Donovan a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it ends up being, I think, a great move. Well, for Cleveland, for the Clippers, I don't know if Darius Garland can play.
Right.
But I don't know what it's going to be for. I think that was for the Clippers. I think that was just a contract move. He won't be there next year.
So that brings us to what is Cleveland doing? Are they now in on the Giannis thing? Because they've made a lot of moves in a short amount of time. They moved Darius Garland. They moved DeAndre Hunter. They moved. I keep forgetting the third person. It was 3 people they moved, but they moved the 3 people.
I forgot they moved DeAndre Hunter too.
Yeah. So are they trying to clear space to make a last ditch effort to either get they're trying to move Lonzo Ball. So are they trying to make space to make a last ditch Giannis move, or is this a move to try to maybe get somebody else? There's a lot of names being thrown out right now behind the scenes of a lot of different players that could potentially be on the move. So but let's stay with the Giannis thing for just a minute. And so far right now, the contenders are the biggest contenders are the Miami Heat, the Minnesota Timberwolves, who made some substantial moves yesterday, moving Mike Conley's massive contract out, and then a couple other little pieces they moved out. So they're trying to clear space. And then, of course, everybody knows by now that the Golden State Warriors and Mike Dunleavy are doing everything they can to get Giannis up to and including telling Draymond, "Hey man, you should pack." Like,
yeah, you need to go ahead and get some boxes.
Right. I ain't say you going to Milwaukee. I'm just saying you won't be here. Like,
he's probably gonna. No, I was hearing this morning. He's probably gonna end up at your team.
Well, that's okay. So, and I get that. To be honest with you, I get that on both sides because I don't think he's going to stay in Milwaukee. I think the Milwaukee side of it is merely a salary dump of which he will be bought out. And so he doesn't necessarily need to get a U-Haul, but he does need to pack so he can go meet with Milwaukee, tell them I don't want to be here. And then,
he can do that over Zoom.
He can. I mean, he can. Sometimes it's better to do it in person, but I don't know. It's up to his agent. Rich Paul will handle all of those things. So, but again, that's if they get Giannis. Right. So let's talk about the packages first, and then let's talk about the viability. Miami's offering players and picks. They basically offered Tyler Hero, a couple of other guys just to make the salaries work, and 3 first-round picks. Minnesota is trying to do more player than pick, and so they got a lot of
Minnesota's 4 or 5 players.
Yeah, the players. I have not heard specific names, but I gotta believe Gobert's in there, possibly even Randall, or one of the other. Maybe both. I don't know, but they're going to dump players. And I think they have a couple of picks, but not as many. Golden State has by far given the most attractive offer. They have said you can have Draymond, you can have Przemski, you can have Jonathan Kuminga, and you can have all of our first-round picks from 2026 to 2032. So, or this trade is what I like to call Mike Dunleavy, I'm trying to save my job. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I fully believe Mike Dunleavy will be fired this weekend if he doesn't pull this off.
I think he gets through the season, but I think that while all that's been like, you're totally gutting the team at that point.
Right. So that leaves you with what? If you're
Milwaukee West last year when it was Lillard instead of Steph.
And by the way, if you're Giannis, you have to be able to look at the team you're going to and say, I want to stay here. He could pull a Kawhi and be like, I'm not staying here for this. Like, I'll do it for the rest of the season, but I'm not staying for this at all. So it brings up, and then, of course, there's the outside chancers in the Knicks, Rockets, and Spurs. But for all intents and purposes, unless something magnanimous happens today, it doesn't appear that either of these 3 teams are going to be able to obtain his services.
Now, it feels like it's down to those 3, Golden State, Minnesota, and Miami.
If something is going to happen.
It happened this season. I still have a feeling that this is going to drag into the offseason.
Well, interesting that you would say that.
Because it makes more sense on Milwaukee's end.
Yes. It's very interesting that you would say that because late last night, Mark Stein, the great, legendary Mark Stein, he's calling right now. Hello, Mark. Mark Stein put out a post last night, and I was trying to find it. I apologize for not being able to find it, but it appears that he's saying So I'm gonna try to summarize this as succinctly as I can because this is a very long post, but essentially he was saying if this drags out to okay, so I have a couple of things. So if this drags out to the end of the season, then it looks like the Lakers, because they will have so much cap space, is the most likely destination. Now, ironically, when asked about this last night, not specifically the Lakers, but specifically where he would like to go, Giannis said, and I quote, I'd like to stay here, which was a weird statement to make. I was like, what? Why would you say that? But when you see that statement combined with what Mark Stein said, maybe that's what the angle is. Maybe he's saying, I know where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
It's in LA. And so I just got to ride this out and not play the season. And then I'll just opt out at the end of the season, and then I'll be where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, which would align with the other thing that happened yesterday that was about as mind-blowing as it could possibly be. And let me just say, as a Laker fan, it took everything I could not to blow my top yesterday. Because when Jaren Jackson was traded for virtually nothing, I lost it.
They got a ton of picks. It wasn't nothing. That's not what I say. It was virtually nothing.
Well, when I say nothing, I'm saying in my mind, I'm thinking, well, Jaren Jackson, first of all, Jaren Jackson hasn't officially said he wants to move. And so I didn't even know that was an option.
Well, he said he wanted to move if Ja was moving.
He said he wanted to move if Ja was moving. But I didn't hear him say nothing was saying Ja was moving yet. And so I thought the sequential order was going to be first Ja, then Jared. And then we would get in on the bid for Jared. Because I've always said, I'm on the record saying, my preference of trades would be for Jared, not Giannis. Because I think Jared is a better fit for what, Well, and we got the 3 first rounds. We got 3 first rounds that we can give them. Now, granted, they're not going to be as good as Utah's first round. Because Utah's probably, those are probably going to be lottery picks, all of them. But still, we got them. So to see that Jaren went for 3 picks and, contracts that none of the contracts are over $10 million, regardless of how many years they were. None of them were over $10 million, except for Jaren. I was blown away. I was really shocked. And I'm thinking, okay, Rob, are you not plugged in? Like, did you not know that? Or did they do that in the shadows like most great deals are done? I ain't gonna lie to you, I was hot. I was a little hot, and also was thinking, Rob, listen, I hope you don't think your job is secure either. Like, you got to do something, maybe not at the trade deadline, but between the trade deadline and the offseason, bruh, this is under new ownership. You ain't working for Genie no more. You're working for Mark Walters. And apparently Mark Walters likes to win. So I was a little shocked. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, I just look at these people.
That's your squad.
I look at these people dancing behind Stephen A. Smith. I told you I'm with Ja Morant. I'm not a diehard Grizzlies fan. No disrespect to the Grizzlies, but I was shocked that they moved Jaren Jackson before Ja Morant.
Yeah,
and then it came down to the picks. I mean, and I know you was like, why? I was like, it's the picks. It's
definitely the picks. It's definitely the picks.
They're going to pick higher in the draft if they trade with Utah than they are if they trade with the Lakers. The Lakers are going to be a playoff team. The Jazz are not.
Right.
So you're going to get close to the lottery, especially when you look at this upcoming draft. That's what it was. that's what it came down to. And like they just had more to offer as far as what the Grizzlies wanted than the Lakers did. It's no disrespect to the Lakers organization. It's just like the picks just made sense for the what the Grizzlies are doing, because like we said a couple weeks ago, it was like the Grizzlies are about to go the Thunder route because their smaller markets attracting free agents is not going to be their thing. They have to build through the draft. So now they've got all the draft picks in the world, from that Desmond Bain to Jaren Jackson and whatever they get for Ja Morant. It makes all the sense in the world.
Well, what makes this trade amazing, it now brings their first round pick totals to 7. So 7 first round picks over the next 2 to 3 years is pretty substantial. to say the least. So they are go ahead.
And part of it, and so they got 2027 picks that they can trade to get in into this year's draft if they wanted to.
100%.
Because this year's draft is going to be
draft. You can throw a rock and hit a great player. It's not going to be hard to find a great player anywhere in this draft.
But then low key, the Jazz has got a pretty good roster, good front court with Markkanen, Kessler, Jaren Jackson, and Keontae George. They can make a playoff run though.
So let's talk about that too, because I definitely understand what the Jazz did. The Jazz did exactly what you're supposed to do when you're a small market team. You go find your centerpiece and then build around that centerpiece. Jaren Jackson is the perfect anchor for that team because now their front court is formidable. I would argue that their front court is probably as good as Oklahoma City's front court. Jaren Jackson, Lauren Markkanen, and Walker Kessler, that's not bad. That's a pretty solid front court. So now if Ace Bailey can take the steps necessary to become what we think he can become, and then they can steal one of the great players coming out this year. I would say for me in that team, I'd probably lean toward Patterson more than anybody because they need a really.
If they can get, they'd have to get the 1 or 2 pick together.
Well, they have to get the 1 or 2 pick because I do think Patterson is either going 1 or 2. I feel like he's going, but with what they have as picks, that's not out of the real possibility. Mm-hmm. Like they may be able to move up and get what they want, depending on how the lottery falls. So,
I wouldn't be surprised given how the Jazz rolls. They trying to get Dabasa.
Maybe. Who would be your preference? Who would be your preference?
With what they have, I agree with you. But with Patterson, because they need a guard.
They need a guard. They need somebody that can.
Dabasa's more of a swing, and they already have that in their rookie this year.
Right.
And so, but I don't know how PR-wise, if it came down to one or the other, how they do that in Utah.
Yeah.
When Dabasa is from Utah. That's how BYU got that kid, because he's from Utah.
Okay. So if you're Utah, do you do something even crazier than that and move the rookie and go get your guard that way? Or do you just go get a game manager, your version of Derek Fisher,
or you could draft them and play them together. I mean, it's no different than what Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are doing in Boston, and you have a more formidable front court.
It's not the craziest idea. You got a lot of options if you're Utah.
You have the option of maybe playing Dabasa a little bit on the 1. Yeah, I wouldn't, but
there's also a crazy thought that you could move on from Walker or move on from Laurie, which I don't necessarily.
Markkanen's contract is up.
Right, Markkanen is up. So you don't necessarily want to let him slip out of the building if he doesn't want to be there.
I think it depends on what he wants, I would think, because he's been so good for them, even though they've been bad.
Yeah.
But they haven't had pieces around him. And so
listen, great trade for Utah. I think they did an outstanding.
Oh yeah, that's a great trade.
And Memphis did an outstanding job. That's not a bad haul for Jaren Jackson. As far as the picks are concerned, I don't know I didn't recognize any of the players they got back. Like I don't know who these guys are. So
Well,
but
they got Wishbacott back for the third time. He's going to be a Grizzly.
Niang.
No, yeah, George Niang. That dude just bounces around the league. But Kyle Anderson's.
Yeah, he's been on the Grizzlies like 5 times.
Yeah, and Walter Clayton Jr. from Florida, national championship team last year.
Yeah,
and then the only name I didn't recognize is Taylor Hendricks. So then the Jazz also got Jock Landale, who I don't know who that is, and they got John Conchar and Vince Williams, who are 2 good shooters. And so they got. I think that ends up being an even trade for the most part, for as even as you can get when you're giving up a Jaren Jackson.
100%. So now, which by the way, without question, signals the end of Ja Morant's future in Memphis. There's no, because now with 7 draft picks, you don't even have to fleece anybody for Ja Morant anymore. You could just get.
No, they could take on. They can. I would imagine they're going to try to take on a bad contract.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I've kind of got my list to where I think Ja might end up. I said when we was off air, I was saying Miami now, but now Houston's starting to make sense.
Well, all signs point to Miami trying to get Giannis and Ja, which there is a path for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and so I said this a lot yesterday because some of the guys are like, no, I wouldn't want Ja on my team now. I wouldn't want him on my team. I said, you're absolutely right. But also,
you can get him for cheap. Yes, you do. You make that deal.
I mean, come on now.
Listen, you make
we're
that
not
deal.
talking about a kid who is not talented. Like and who I think is starting to realize my options are limited.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because
maybe I don't know. He's
well.
You would like to think that.
I would hope. Well, right. We're not talking about. We like to think that his options are limited because they are limited. We like the X factor is: does he realize that his options are limited?
Is he going to grow up?
His father realize that their options are limited. Miami is also the perfect place for him to go because we feel like culturally they can absorb who he currently is and match that who they want him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know they'll tell him day one. Pat will tell him day one, hey man, if you don't pull it together, you know this is your last stop. He'll tell him straight to his face. Mm-hmm. So and he's right. He's 100% right. So now I don't know how attractive that is. Yeah. Now I don't. Well, it's not only do they have vets, they have old guys.
Udonis Haslam is still there.
They're still around, and you know Udonis is going to pull him into a room and say, "Listen, I will break you and your father if you don't."
Him and Alonzo Mourning is still around too. I don't care.
And they got grown man strength.
Yeah. Grown man, old man strength.
Grown man, old man strength. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll put it on him. So now I don't know how attractive that would be to Giannis, though. I think if you got the best version of Ja, Giannis, and Bam Adebayo is a formula for success.
And Norman Powell.
Norman Powell. Right. That I have not heard that Norman is in any trade stuff. You know, so that's not a bad squad. That's a squad that could do something. Like I don't know if they can beat the Knicks or I don't know, but they'll be interesting. They'll be more than interested. I think they would creep up into the top 5 for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So there's an interesting dynamic here. But then going back to your original point about Ja, if you're not having to be fleeced, then it makes sense for other teams to say, hey, well, maybe, maybe. Where are the maybes? Where in your mind, where are the maybes?
I think Houston, because they desperately need a point guard.
They desperately need a point guard. Yeah.
And I kind of think that I think that makes the most sense if Miami doesn't get Giannis. If Miami gets Giannis, they need to go ahead and just bring Ja too. If they don't get Giannis, Miami probably, I guess you could pair him and Hero together back there in the backcourt, but Houston could use him.
Yeah.
I know you talking about Yeah, and I know you were saying Dallas needs to get out from under Kyrie, maybe bring in Ja.
See, I heard that yesterday too, and I was thinking I don't want to do that to Cooper Flag. Like that's the kid seems to be moving in the right direction. Why saddle him with
Your Lakers make sense.
I said
Get
that.
rid of Austin Reeves.
I said that and it solves our Austin Reeves problem and clears even more space out for the Giannis thing if that is to take place. If it looks like Giannis is staying put, then I don't know. That's interesting to me. But
the only thing about the Lakers with Ja, I don't know if they have the infrastructure for Ja to be mature.
That and LA
right
has taken many a man down. So I don't know if we have the infrastructure and he has the discipline to live in LA. Like
another wild one too.
Yeah.
Another wild one.
Oh, go wild.
The Celtics.
They have it. They got everything.
They just got rid of Simons.
They got everything.
I mean,
they got the act right. Yeah.
You gonna go into the finals with Peyton Pritchard?
No, you don't. No, I wouldn't. and Jaylen Brown would choke out Ja Morant. Jaylen Brown is not playing. You're not great. And forget Jaylen Brown. Joe Mazzulla would choke out. Boy. Did you see how he tossed Sam Cassell last week? I was like, yo, y'all gotta.
Well, Sam Cassell would get Ja straight too.
Right, but I was just like, Joe's sneaky strong if he's tossing Sam Cassell, who is not a small man.
Look, man, people got to remember, Joe Mazzulla shut down John Wall in the NCAA tournament with one arm because his arm was messed up.
He did. I think he's into martial arts or something like that.
Yeah, he's in all kind of weird stuff.
Yeah, he's a very unique dude. But
he's a very odd cat.
He is. But I like him though because he's funny. He's kind of funny. But yes, we're convinced Ja has played his last game in Memphis for sure. The question is, where will they finalize the dump at? And that's really the question of the day for a lot of teams. A lot of teams are trying to get out from under salary. And I think today is going to be a fever pitch of activity because so here's the first prediction that I have. This may be the wildest of all. With everything that has happened in Giannis's world the last 3 months, I think he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I've been saying the same thing. It makes more sense on Milwaukee's end to wait till the end of the season.
Well, both of them. Like it doesn't make sense for him because he's not in a situation like Kawhi was with Toronto, where there's the perfect fit for a team that he can go compete at and they go make a significant championship run. Every team that is bidding right now is still not necessarily championship material with what they would have left after they traded for him. Mm-hmm. So, and as great as 6 first-round picks would be, now, by the way, if you're Mike Dunleavy, he's got to go figure this out. Like he's got to get this done. I don't know. I really believe of all the GMs that are out there trying to make some things happen, no GM is under more pressure than Mike Dunleavy because the one move that he made in his tenure there has ultimately resulted in nothing. Like it's Jimmy Butler is not going to play for this year and the majority of next year. So you're wasting Steph's time. And it appears that you don't know what you're doing. That's what it really looks like from a distance. So we're in a weird place, and I think it's either Golden State or nobody. That's kind of where I feel like. What are your thoughts?
With Golden State, though, I kind of feel like. See, I look at it a little bit different. I think Dunleavy does have more leeway because you can't help it that Jimmy Butler tore his ACL.
You think he has leeway?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get fired. At least, I definitely don't think he's going to get fired before the season's over with.
Okay.
And so, I don't think it's a get Giannis or bust situation.
Really?
I really don't. I think they're pulling out all the stops to get Giannis just because they want Steph to have one last run.
6 first-round picks doesn't speak desperation to you?
Because they want Steph to have one last run. I don't think that has as much. I think that has more to do with Steph being almost 40 than it does Dunleavy trying to save his job.
I would say to what you just said, yes and yes, because I don't what other. Okay, so if they don't pull off the Giannis thing, for Steph to have another run, what else could they do? Now, I will say this: there's a guy that wears the same color jersey that I'm wearing right now. That's another move. It's putting 2 old guys together and trying to make one last run with the 2 old guys. Call it old guy mania. I mean,
what was that motorcycle movie with Martin Lawrence and Tim Allen?
Wild Hogs. Wild Hogs.
I love Wild Hogs. That would be the NBA's version of that.
That would be the NBA version of Wild Hogs. Draymond, Steph, and LeBron trying to make one last substantial run. I don't know what else he can do at this point.
All right, yeah, I just don't see. I just think, like I said, I think the desperation is more on Steph than it is for Dunleavy.
I will respectfully disagree. I think Dunleavy, because here's the other thing: not only has he not shown a plan to help Steph have one last run, he has not shown a plan of what life is going to look like when Steph is ultimately done in the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, I think that's from the top down. I think they're putting all their eggs and trying to give one last run to Steph, and I don't even think they're even thinking about the future, which is kind of wild to me.
Well, that's why.
But that's from the top down.
Which is why I think the Giannis thing is so critical. I think the reason why they're throwing everything at this thing is because they know Mike has spent all of his energy, to your point, of saying we got to get Steph one last run. We got to get one. Well, okay, that's not going to happen now, at least not as it's currently constructed. So now, and that means you've wasted 2 years. Now, unfortunately, it's not completely your fault that it's wasted, but it is wasted. So now you got to go all in on everything. You got to push all these chips to the center of the table, and something has to happen. Something has to happen. And what is the something at this point? I don't know what that is. Do you? I can't even look at the landscape of the current NBA and see any move that they can make now or even this summer that would give Steph a substantial last run, which, by the way, tells me the plan now has to be blow the whole thing up and move on.
That's what I think they need to be doing. They're not. They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that. So
but because I mean, even for Steph's sake, if he wants another run, I don't think it's in Golden State. I just don't.
If they don't get Giannis, it's not.
No.
If they don't get Giannis, it's not. And that brings up, to me, Thursday at 3:01, if they don't have Giannis in camp, that makes for a really interesting offseason for Golden State, because what do you do? Do you keep paying 2 guys $75 million, or do you decide, hey, man, this is over. This is boys to men now. We've come to the end of the road. Like, so that could be a salary dump there. As much as we love what's happening in the Celtics camp with Jalen, and that was an interesting move that they'd made with bringing in Nikola Vucevic, which is another move, by the way, that kind of had me high as fish grease. Because I'm like, man, no, people aren't paying a lot for these moves. Like, this is crazy.
Because I saw some people saying, looking at that as a salary dump. I'm like, Vucevic ain't no salary dump.
No, that's not a salary dump. That is them saying. That is them planning for the now and planning for a future, whatever that future may be.
And that dude screams Boston Celtic too.
Oh, 100%. But what makes it interesting to me is that it gives them an interesting flexibility as it relates to Jaylen Brown. I'm on record, and I'll continue to say this. As great as Jaylen is right now, he is potentially an MVP candidate this season. And still, I say, there's no world where these new owners in Boston are going to continue to pay 2 guys $300 million. I just don't see it, especially not two guys who have essentially the same skill set. That doesn't make any sense.
You say that, but I mean, they're number 2 in the East now.
Yeah.
Where they gonna not make a run for the finals next year? I mean, they can still make a run for it this year.
Question to you.
And Tatum could come back this year.
Question to you. Could they make that same run with a $300 flexibility and not having Jalen for the long haul? And I'm not even talking about just for the day. I'm talking about the whole picture. I think, because see, the first thing that these owners did, the new owners did when they bought Boston, is they said, hey, let's get rid of some of these salaries. Drew Holiday, you got to go. Alfred Horford, you got to go. Porzingis, you got to go. And they're still well over the apron. I'm telling you, it's the apron that's causing these problems.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, do you keep Jalen? Because Jalen has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he can carry a team.
Which I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by that.
No,
I'm not surprised by anything Boston's doing this year. I'm really not.
No, not at all. And I would not be surprised if they made changes still, because it's just a weird time in America right now, people. Weird things are happening all over the place. And this would be no different. It's just, I could see them keeping Jalen. I could see them saying, we've proven our point with Jalen. Now somebody make us an offer. And by the way, to your own statement, which I think you have been spot on about this the entire time, small market teams have to make big, massive moves. And there will be no bigger and better massive move for a small market team to make than to go after Jaylen Brown and dump some of those picks that some of these teams have, like a Utah, like a Memphis, like a Oklahoma. Even Oklahoma City, as crazy that might sound, they might want to look at this and say, we could just pair Shea with Jalen and Chet, and now we got our big three, and we can run the rest of this for the next 10 years. Like, because the Oklahoma City picks aren't going to be great at all for the next 10 years.
I just don't see Jalen being moved at the trade deadline.
Not at the trade deadline. I don't think it's a trade deadline deal, but it is something that is, I think, going to be in conversation for the next 4 or 5 months. They're going to talk about it, at least talk about it. So,
yeah.
Any other salary dumps that you see? We've talked extensively on the show about New Orleans, and
I don't know what they're doing.
I heard Zion conversations around Chicago, but that doesn't necessarily make sense to me. And other than it gets New Orleans out from under all
I've
of what that has been.
Some weird suspicion. I have some weird suspicion. Somehow John and Zion are going to end up on the same team. I don't know how. I don't know where.
Yeah.
It could be Brooklyn, because Brooklyn is such an afterthought to everything. But I just have a weird feeling about it. If not at the trade deadline in the offseason, somehow, some way, those two are going to end up on the same team.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Yeah.
The Michael Porter in Brooklyn is constantly being discussed. And Brooklyn.
Now, I'm surprised he hasn't been traded for yet. Well, I know Golden State wanted him.
Well, I do
he's
think
still in Brooklyn.
I do think he is a victim. There are certain trades that are being held up because of the Giannis factor, and I think he is one of those trades because they are a viable third team, right? Mm-hmm. So he's out there, and you could go snatch them and say, "Hey, man, we can send you picks," and also Brooklyn's willing to do this. So that, I think that might be one of the reasons why he's not traded yet. Mm-hmm. He's interesting to me. Sacramento seems to still want to do something with somebody, and they're very much open. They don't seem to want Sabonis at all or Malik Monk at all.
It seems like they've been trying to get rid of Malik Monk for 2 years, and they haven't.
Right.
It's just weird.
I don't know where he would either of them would land.
I don't know what I have zero idea what the Kings are doing,
and neither do they.
If they are, as much as we laugh at like the Wizards And Charlotte, even though Charlotte is very impressive right now, they got a good young core, and they're finally starting to make that turn. They could probably be a playoff team this year. What Sacramento has done to totally just blow up what good fortune they had for them for and wasn't even a season and a half. It wasn't even a full 2 years where they were relevant. They would light the beam. They had Fox, they had Monk, they had Sabonis, they had a good core, and
they had a team that pushed the Warriors.
Yeah, and they
fought 7 games before the Warriors went and won the title.
Then they randomly fire Mike Brown,
right?
Because supposedly he didn't get along with Malik with De'Aaron Fox, but then they trade De'Aaron, they fire Brown, trade Fox.
Yeah, how'd that work out? They're weird. They've always been a weird organization.
And then they're just a mess.
They're a weird organization. They're not as bad as the Clippers, but they're not far away from being as bad.
I think they're every bit as bad as the Clippers.
You think they're every bit as bad?
They're just in Sacramento and not in LA, so they're not in the spotlight as much. They might be worse than the Clippers.
Worse is a lie. I don't know about worse, but
where they were. They had the setup that you want. You had a good young core, all under 30 years old. They had the town going crazy. They had the coach that was leading them, light the beam. Now look at them. They're back to being the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
I mean,
by the way, DeMar DeRozan, they don't seem to want DeMar DeRozan either. They don't want anything.
No, they don't want to pay anybody. They probably give us a contract because we get the league minimum.
Listen. I was just watching Martin Lawrence. And he was making a joke about Kenny Anderson back in the day. And he said Kenny Anderson was making $2.9 million, but he was also playing 2.9 minutes a game at the time. And so I was like, he said if I was in Kenny's situation, I'd sit on the bench and make $2.9 million too. And I feel the same way about Sacramento. If y'all just want people to sit on the bench, I am available. I will sit right there on the bench. Let's go, guys. Let's go. You're doing great.
Sacramento and Brooklyn, I have no clue what they're doing.
And Brooklyn could be awesome because they're in the perfect location. They look fantastic. Those jerseys are fantastic.
Yeah, the arena
building is right. The arena is incredible. They're in a perfect situation. And same thing with the Clippers. That building is amazing. Mm-hmm. And they're just wasting money because they're never going. It's never going to be anything other. So let me ask you this: you got rid of James. Why not finish the deal?
I don't know why they hold on to Kawhi. I don't know.
What I mean, somebody who's competing.
I think they have to hold on to Kawhi for other reasons.
You know what? Oh, boy,
they don't want Pablo Torre around anymore.
Listen. This Kawhi thing they've had the worst year you can possibly have. Like it's just been bad from day one.
Which is a testament to the players that they all this swirling around and they went on that run.
You know what's crazy about the Clippers? This has been a horrible year. And it's not even the worst year in their history.
No. It's probably most visible of all their mistakes.
Right. It's like
no, it's not.
Right. It's like I'm telling you, I'm on board. I think you and I have talked about this. I'm so on board with them changing the name and just rebranding the entire thing and just ghostbusting the whole Clipper legacy. Like it just needs to be put in one of those little whatever that thing was called on Ghostbusters, that caught the ghost. They put it in that thing, put it in that, and just be done with that, man. It's carrying. It's just bad. It's just bad on everything, on every leg. So anyway, I'm trying to think of some other moves. I guess the Knicks have finally mended fences. I guess everything's fine there now, and they're going to just stay put, which is what they should have done anyway.
I kind of felt like more was made out of it. It was really there.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't as bad as it appeared to be. At least it seemed like it wasn't as bad. Who else needs to? Toronto, I think they may.
I can see them being in the job market.
in the Ja market. So they would trade Emmanuel Quigley for Ja Morant. So then that would give them Ja, Brandon, Scotty,
And
RJ Barrett. That's not bad. That'd be
I can see them being in that market.
Because you're not getting anything comparative to Ja up in Toronto. That might not be bad, actually.
There is one sticking point.
His passport?
No.
Oh,
Drake.
Oh, God.
It has that beef with Drake.
I have so many thoughts to what you just said. Is he a real fan?
He has an office in the building.
That could be rectified. Like you could just what is he doing? He's not doing anything.
He's got an office in the building.
They need to move on from that. Have they not learned from recent history that having Drake on your side can yield no good results whatsoever?
But like your second best player is RJ Barrett, who's from Canada. So I'm sure he's a big Drake fan.
Oh God. Okay. Well, Raptors keep being mediocre. Then you got your title, so I guess you got it's whatever. What about Hornets? They're done. Have they finally turned the corner as a franchise now?
Feels like they have.
They're playing great. They are playing great basketball.
Because heading into like it was late as like a couple weeks ago, I would have said I could see them getting rid of Ball.
Right.
But now the way
they're bringing in the other Ball.
Yeah, the way that he's playing, the way Knipple and Miller is finally playing like the guy we thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
They've got a good core because they won. How many games in the world have they won?
I want to say it's 7. I could be wrong, but I want to say it's 7.
They have won. You are correct. 7 in a row.
Yeah.
They're 23 and 28. So they are a game behind the Bulls for the play-in.
I think they're going to make that.
Did a bunch of salary cap dumps.
Yeah.
So I think they can catch the Bulls. They could probably catch the Hawks because the Hawks are only a game and a half ahead of them. And then Orlando's one of the weirder teams in the league. And so,
do they need to make a trade?
Who, the Hornets?
No, Orlando.
Orlando. I don't know what you do with Orlando. I mean, I guess you get.
They keep throwing things at the wall, hoping it sticks, and nothing is stick. Nothing is stuck. Nothing.
No, because they gave up. Because now you look at it, and they gave up all those picks for Desmond Bain, and they're still in the same position they've been in.
The exact same position. Like, in fact,
which as someone who watches Memphis, I could see that coming.
Well, because Desmond Bain is a good complementary piece if everything you've already got going is working. But he's not going to come in and ignite. I like the Desmond Bain.
I like Desmond Bain. Yeah, but it's like he's not that piece that's going to get you over the hump.
But the problem is not Desmond Bain. It's Paolo is not taking the next. He's not going to that next thing.
He gets injured a lot too.
That's what I'm saying. It's not.
And the Wagner both Wagner
and the Wagner boys are injured always. So they're not healthy enough. They're not consistent enough. They're not playing together enough. And so at what point do you just say, hey, man, this ain't working? We got to do something. I really
do like Anthony Black, though.
I like Anthony Black.
He's played great. He's been great for them.
Is that a piece that you use to bait some other things and try to get something that's got to be done?
You don't get a 6-7 point guard every day.
That's true. God, dog, that's true. That is so.
I did not realize Franz Wagner was making $38 million.
I know. It's crazy. But I get it. You got to pay guys. You got to pay some guys.
Paolo's only getting 15.
Right. He hadn't got his deal yet.
He ain't got, he's going to get it.
Well, hold on. Because do you pay Paolo? Like if you're Orlando,
Orlando's in that same category with the Thunders and the Grizzlies and all those mid-major those small markets. It's
hard to get another Paolo, but also the Paolo you got ain't working. so I don't know. They're in a weird spot, man. Oh, we forgot about the Mavs. The Mavs got a dump, right? What are they waiting on? What are they waiting on?
Gafford.
Everything. Dump. What do you? If you're the Mavs, what the hell are you waiting on? Like, put these guys on the front line.
The Mavs still feel like they have a core.
They don't.
I've been telling you that.
They don't. Let me look
I
right
don't
to the camera.
they do.
You don't. You don't have a core.
They feel like they operate as if they think their core is Kyrie, Cooper Flag, I guess PJ Washington and Anthony Davis. And, well, I don't think they believe in Anthony Davis anymore, but like, why are they still holding on to Gafford? Why are your Lakers gone and got Gafford?
Because they won't pick up the phone. We want them. They just they won't pick up the phone. And that's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
No more.
Right. Listen, that didn't work out well for them the last time. So listen, Dallas has to stop being arrogant and waiting for. This is the one thing about Mark Cuban that has always been frustrating to me, because he's always trying to hit the home run trade because he's a Maverick. He's a Maverick in every sense of the word. Like, he wants the home run.
But he's not in control of anything.
Well, from what I've heard, he is the guy that is kind of pulling some of the proverbial strings now because the other thing was such a disaster. So they brought Mark back in as a consultant to be able to walk them through the GM thing and manage all of this, whatever. So I don't know. What up, S. Dot? I personally think they need to move on and quickly. The longer you hold on to all these pieces, the harder it is to get rid of these pieces when you need to get rid of them. And you need to get rid of them now. Cooper Flag is everything you wanted him to be. Now what you need to do is to tank the S out of this place so that you can get one of these dynamic players coming out of this draft, give him a real running partner, and now you got the Mavs core and you're OKC. Now you're OKC, and you just need to stockpile draft picks, build from the draft, build from the few free agents that you can get from time to time, and then make a run that way. But holding on to all this craziness is madness to me.
There is one caveat. I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
Okay.
They're 19-31. They can stand pat, and they can get a good lottery pick. They're in the mix for the lottery right now.
They are, but they'll be more in the mix and have salary to work with in the offseason.
They can dump that salary. But they can do that at the draft too. You also got to think they can also move some stuff at the draft.
I wouldn't want to wait.
I think they standing pat. I think they're gonna stand pat to the trade deadline.
So nobody gets moved.
Maybe maybe a gap, because Gafford's the one that makes the most sense, because he's a piece that can make a difference for a playoff contender.
Right.
But they can stand, even if they don't, they're bad enough. They're not gonna make the playoffs.
They're bad enough on their own to be able to. and I would, and by the way, would not play Kyrie at all under any circumstances.
No,
he is not playing in 2026.
No, you're not coming in here and ruining our draft.
Right, at least not in the first part of 2026. Now, maybe in the fall we might keep him and pair him with Cooper Flag, maybe. But I personally dump it all now. Why not? Just get rid of everything. But I get it if you don't.
Because you're already in position to land in the lottery anyway. So I say just stand pat.
Okay, so right now they're saying the Athletic is saying that the Lakers are in hot pursuit of defensive help. That's they are so in love with no, it's actually Kuminga. DJJ. Who is DJJ? I have no idea who the initials DJJ are. Do you?
No.
Let me see who. Derrick Jones Jr. From the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
Isaac Okoro. So they're okay. So that tells me that the Lakers feel very confident that Giannis is not going to be traded. And they want to hold on to all these expiring contracts so that they'll have the freedom to go after him in the summer.
I think that's what's going to happen.
And I think they may be right. They may be right.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that.
Yeah,
I'm more and more getting more and more. Because I think if it gets to the summer, Giannis is going to be a Laker.
Yeah, I agree. Which is crazy to believe. Crazy to believe.
And that's going to drive the NBA, the rest of the league. It's going to drive the rest of the league crazy.
Oh, man. Listen, the level of investigations that will be called upon by so many owners. I can hear Dan Gilbert already on the phone having a conniption fit. Like it's gonna get it's gonna be crazy. But that appears to be where we are. Okay, I think we've covered about as much as we can. It's just stay tuned, everybody, because I think we're gonna see.
Where's
I think we're gonna see
if they get Giannis, and LeBron ain't gonna be there. Cleveland.
I gotta believe it's Cleveland. I gotta believe he's going.
Think they hold on to Harden, or they just or you think it's just because he's only got a year left? That's why you think they re-sign him, or they go ahead and let him go to bring in LeBron.
I could see a path where they keep them all.
Yeah,
because I can see LeBron saying,
because I mean, Donovan's the only max in the scenario.
I could see them saying. I can see LeBron saying, if you take me and my son, I'll give you a discount.
Actually, I don't know. It does feel like either Jared Allen or Mobley would have to be moved.
By the way, it appears they're trying to move Jared Allen. Like they seem to be very content to move on from Jared Allen, which is wild to me. Because I'm like, I kind of get DeAndre Hunter, kind of, but and Jared Allen, that seems aggressive. Like that seems
aggressive.
I
can see DeAndre Hunter because he hadn't really done anything.
DeAndre didn't seem to work out for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it has not worked out. But Jared Allen has played well.
Yeah,
he's an all-star. Like I don't understand why we're trying to move him around.
They don't want to max.
They don't want to max him out. That's exactly right. All right. Let's get into some other stuff because there's a lot of other stuff. Listen, everybody's going to talk about the Super Bowl, and we're going to give our predictions on tomorrow's show, Believe in the ACC. But here's the other reality. Did you hear about this?
No.
The Seahawks are for sale.
Wow.
I said the same thing. I was like, really? I think if I'm not mistaken, I apologize if I get this wrong, but I don't think I am. The number that I heard was 5.7. And I was like, that kind of seems reasonable considering they're in the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like they're going to be formidable in the NFC West for the foreseeable future. But wow, to sell while you're at the Super Bowl or to put up a for sale sign while you're at the Super Bowl is somewhat diabolical. Huh?
That's wild. I mean, the players don't care, but I mean,
the players don't care. Yeah, but that is wild, isn't it?
Yeah, that is awkward timing.
Well, I mean,
it makes me think something happened within the organization. Well, outside of football.
Listen, things tend to come out when these type of moments take place. So I'm sure if something has happened, we're going to hear about it relatively soon.
Something must have happened financially within the ownership group.
Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it either. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, they are for sale. No Belichick and no Kraft.
Every day, the NFL reminds me of that Dominic Foxworth quote that I've said on here probably 3 weeks in a row.
Well, but this isn't really the NFL. This is more the Hall of Fame. This is them.
Well, yeah, but it's all the same. The Hall of Fame is looking real ACC-ish right now. The national runner-up cannot play in our ACC championship.
That is a great line. I just don't love the retroactive justice. I don't love it. It just seems petty.
Right.
And it's out of your purview. Like, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. Your job is not to police what should have happened to a team
20 years ago.
Right. Like we shout out to Byron Loves You on the 5, who ironically was in the middle of all of that. He was in the middle of the Deflate Gate because it directly affected the team he worked for. It was the Indianapolis Colts at the time. He said we had the proof that they cheated. Like, that's true. But also, the NFL did nothing. So why are we talking about it? Like, yeah, they did cheat. They did cheat, and it's obvious they cheated. But also, the NFL did not decide that this was worthy of punishment. So what are we talking about? Like, why did the Hall of Fame take it upon themselves, or the voters take it upon themselves to say, now we're punishing you? That seems stupid. Same thing with the baseball. Like, why are we
That's
punishing
what they
guys?
say. They taking a cue from the baseball Hall of Fame.
That just seems like people who should not have power finally getting the high school retribution that they so richly.
Yes.
Remember when you said I wasn't an athlete? Remember when you said I wasn't very good?
When you call me a nerd, you jock.
Right.
Now I'm in control. That's that type. It is that type of energy.
It's very petty. It feels very petty.
So petty
and stupid. Because how do you keep out Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft? That seems so. Now you're gonna keep out Tom Brady because you got to keep the same energy. If you're gonna do it, you got to go all the way. It's just
because Tom Brady's up. What is it next year or is it year after next?
Maybe the year after that. He's been going
because it's 5 years. So. This is year 2 on the broadcast, so I think he's been out 3 years.
He's been out 3 years. He set out the broadcast 1 year.
He sat out a year before it started.
And then he started. So it's probably about 2 or 3 years. So he's got maybe a year
3.
Maybe they'll get over it by then. I don't know, but it's just stupid.
I think they're gonna be shamed so much. So these first 2 is like there's no way they're gonna do it.
That's my hope too. That's my hope that the backlash of this will be so magnanimous that they'll be like, we can't do this again. This is just dumb. Because it is dumb. It's very dumb.
It's incredibly stupid.
10 jobs. Not one black coach. Houseway.
I mean, it's the NFL.
Make it make sense, way.
It's the NFL. Yeah. Look, man. I watch the NFL because I love the sport.
Yeah.
I don't love the NFL. I love the sport.
That is a great way to say that. Like organizationally, they kind of suck a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Like they do a lot of sucky things.
Yes.
And this is one of them. Anthony Weaver can't get a job. I almost understand Brian Flores because he kind of embarrassed you and he sued you. So it's hard to hire a dude that's, suing you. Right. I get that. I get it. I don't he's not wrong, but I get why you wouldn't give him a job. But Anthony Weaver can't get a job. Raheem can't get another job because, by the way, the Atlanta thing wasn't all his fault. Now
they won 4 or 5 straight games at the end of the season.
Right. Now the GM made a horrible mistake. I see why you fired the GM. Now everything he did was wrong.
Right.
But Raheem worked with what he had and he made it work reasonably good. So I don't know. That's weird to me. But Eric Bieniemy should have a job, but I hear there's interview issues. But coaching is undeniable.
It had to be interview issues with him because, how did that dude never get a job? Never even got a whiff.
Never even got a whiff. Yeah. Speaking of Eric Bieniemy, now going back to Kansas City, it made room for the Giants to get their OC. Matt Nagy is headed to New York.
Yes, he is. It was another stat revealed to me this morning while watching Get Up.
Oh God.
Every time.
You're such a troll. You are such a troll.
Just reporting facts, brother.
It's a trolling.
Every time.
What is it? What is this fact?
He has been the OC at the Chiefs. Right. Has been the worst stint on offense.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But that's not all his fault, though. That's not all his fault. Because they have not put the right people on that team since Eric Bieniemy left. Like
everybody on the team has said ever since Bieniemy left that was the reason why the offense has fallen off. However, because he held everybody accountable, and that's a lot of reason why people say he didn't get a coaching job because he's mean. But
he was mean. I heard that in Washington as well, and I heard that he doesn't interview well either.
All right. Well,
Yeah. So, but
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
go
not.
out on a limb and say that a lot of these coaches don't interview well, but I digress.
I agree. I don't want to lay all of this at the feet of Matt Nagy because that's too easy. Because the other side of this is they kept drafting the same receiver over and over and over again, trying to find the next Tyreek Hill, which was stupid.
Yeah, they did do that.
Yeah, so I don't, and they didn't replace the running backs that they had. They never really replaced them. So I'm not going to lay all of that at his feet. But I do have concerns. But I did not want Cliff Kingsbury. I as much as everybody's like, well, Cliff is. I get it, but I don't. Yeah, he did well with Jaden. Maybe, but
he also had. I mean, he also had Baker and Patrick Mahomes in college. I think I'd have gone him. I think I'd have gone Kingsbury over.
I'm happy with what we got. I'm happy with
you.
I am. I didn't want Cliff. There's something about him to me.
I believe you didn't want Cliff. I don't believe you're happy with Nagy.
I'm happy. I'm happy with. Listen, if it works, I'm very happy. But
well, that's how it always works. But
it works. I'm thrilled.
But I'm sitting here watching my team that still hasn't signed a receiver, and they still haven't named a defensive coordinator.
No, they did. Didn't they name?
Oh yeah.
The black guy. They hired first. And by the way, he is blacking the place up. From what I've heard, he has hired nothing but black assistants. So listen, the sources close to me say that they're going to repaint the defensive room in Kente and light and burn sage daily. Like, this is the blackest the defensive room has ever been in Dallas.
He ain't saying much, but they mess around with Pickens, and it's just like,
what do you think is going to happen with that? Is he going to have a job in Dallas?
They're going to franchise tag him.
Probably.
The good thing is, which they were saying on Graciano was saying yesterday on Get Up, is that the price tag, the franchise tag is $29 million. So he's not that far below what the top receivers are getting anyway.
Yeah.
It's just not a long-term contract.
So. Right. I would imagine they're going to work something out. It's probably that more so than anything else. Jerry really the bed on that Micah Parsons thing, and then to have to come back and to the same guy is, that's
the only reason why I don't think he'll screw it up. He may wait forever because he does like to do that, but Jerry loves offense. And so he usually takes care of the offensive guys.
Yeah.
And so, but it's going to drag out because Jerry loves to drag it out.
Oh, you won't get a deal until
August,
sometime near training camp. That's when they'll even start. That'll be the first phone call, sometime near training camp. And then
Jerry. I mean, Jerry is gone. He did Dak the night before the first game, so
he is in no rush.
Out to at least August and maybe even into September.
He is in no rush whatsoever. And if history is any indication of where this is headed, it will drag out through training camp. He'll show up in training camp only to pull a hamstring because he hasn't been in training camp.
Yeah, or he'll show up to training camp and pull a hamstring and not really have a hamstring because why would he risk getting hurt in training camp?
Right. It's so ridiculous. Like this rinse and repeat.
Yes. It's so stupid. It's so asinine.
Did you see our boy?
He got a bunch of Grammys.
Got 4 of them. Back-to-back records
really
of the year.
And it's really 5.
Yes.
No. I love when the performer he gets beat by the Clips, but the main song on this Clips is featuring him.
Right. Well, the song they won for was "Chains and Whips," which is the guest appearance by him. So I was like, yeah, he's killing it. Like he had a good night. My favorite part though was by far Cher saying Luther Vandross won. He was amazing. He was great. Like what? That whole speech that she gave was fantastic because she was clearly high. She was clearly high as a kite, and she was talking about how long she'd been in the industry, and I was like, "Ma'am, if you don't get," and then left the stage, and Trevor Noah was like, "Could you come back and like actually announce the winner? Like, if you don't mind, you don't mind if you could just do that part, because that's actually what we brought you out here for." So it was crazy, but yeah, shout out to Cher. She was amazing. But yeah, K-Dot killed it. I feel like at this point, this is where I want to take this conversation with the Grammy. I don't think I've ever seen a record label fall faster from the forefront of our minds and at the top of success than Young Money. Like, it went from we are basically number one all the way across the board to we barely even know you still exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy.
Well, they've had a rough couple of years. I mean, Wayne basically fell off.
His album was awful.
Drake got beat up
badly,
and now Nicki Minaj is a trumper,
which is crazy to me. By the way, I don't know if you saw Billy Porter. They asked Billy Porter on the, you see, the red carpet. He was not happy.
And I don't want to get off into politics because I can't, but
no politics. But he was very upset, and justifiably so, because a large portion of her base are Billy Porter types. If you understand what I'm saying, so to pull a reverse, it feels like a bad game of Uno. Like, what are we doing right now? So I guess you do what you gotta do for your family. I don't know. We'll move on. You see the trailers?
I saw some of the Michael trailer like a little while ago. So where are they going with the Avengers? Is this?
I don't know where it's going, but the trailers the rollout has been fantastic.
I finally heard they're moving towards the Secret Wars, which is what I thought they were going to the whole time. But they went off on to this other stuff, and I'm like, why are we not doing the Secret Wars? Why?
Well, I don't know if it's called Doomsday or Secret Wars. I don't know which one it's called, but the bottom line
I think it is Doomsday. But I think the story is finally angling.
It's trying to get right. They're trying to get to
the Secret Wars.
Yes. So, but what's interesting is the rollout. If you've been keeping up with it, it's been real interesting because they're so apparently Captain America has a kid now, and they're gonna feature him in it. And Thor has a kid with, and it looks like he's got a mixed kid. So I'm assuming Valkyrie and Thor have done some things. So, so that's happening. And then it's like the X-Men. So they've said all these people are going to be in the next Avengers. So it's very interesting, the rollout, and it's very emotional. If you watch the trailers, like, oh, there's a connect. So we'll see. Now, they've done all this, and it may be a crappy movie. I don't know, because this multiverse thing has not worked at all.
Well, part of it is because I don't know what Marvel was doing at one point where they don't have control of all of their superheroes. Because like Spider-Man was the big one,
right?
It was stuck on Sony. Then the X-Men were on something else,
right?
And so it's been all over the place. I think I still don't think they have total control of all of their characters. And so I think that's
all of them are going to be in the new Avengers, according to what's being rolled out. So we're going to see. It's going to be interesting to see.
Well, they were all in the last Avengers,
not X-Men.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, not X-Men. Everybody else is the only one. Everybody else was right. Yeah. But X-Men and Fantastic Four are scheduled to be in the new Avengers, which is interesting because you're like, really? Now that's different. So
I don't like the going with the kid angle though. I
don't know what's going to happen. The rollout has been interesting, but I don't know what the plot is.
Mm-hmm.
So they keep saying we're fighting for our lives. There could be casualties. They're saying all the things that you want to hear them say, but there's still no real plot.
I've been letting everything that's come out from Marvel's really since the last Avengers, even the last Avengers was way too long.
Yeah.
I don't know. it kind of feels like they don't know what direction they're trying to go.
I think they launched off in this multiverse thing, flying blind, and that's why it's
because like when they started doing all the TV shows and wanted to link the TV shows, it got just it got to be too much. I think it's why all the TV shows went away, because it got just to be too much.
That, and I don't want to make that type of commitment. That's not why I fell in love with Marvel. I didn't fall in love to watch series. I want to watch movies in the theater, have a good time, and go home. I don't want to be here every week.
I don't want to be doing homework.
Right. It feels like homework.
Graduated in 98.
Right. This feels a lot like homework. I don't know if I like this. So it's a little weird. By the way, tonight, Muppet Show. They're trying it one more time.
Hey, man. Some of my greatest memories is sitting on the couch with my mama watching the Muppets when they came on Saturday nights.
It's time to light the music. It's time to light the lights. I'm watching. I got the girls. They're coming in. We're watching tonight. I got to see it.
I'll be at work, but I'm all in for it.
I think it might even be on Disney Plus right now, so you might be able to see the first episode.
Is it Disney Plus on Netflix? I thought it was going on Netflix.
No, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Yeah.
What's coming to Netflix? Something is coming to Netflix. I know Star Search.
It is. Star Search. I saw the first episode. I didn't.
I wasn't into that anyway.
And I love Anthony Anderson. But it was not.
I'm over the talent shows.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Very surprising news. Sherry Shepherd and Kelly Clarkson, for different reasons, but they're both being canceled. Well, Kelly is doing it because she said she wants to go home and be with her family. And I can kind of believe that because
she's got young kids.
Yeah, she's got young kids and their dad passed. So I get it. So I get that. And she's had a 7-year run, which is not a bad run. So she's going away. And then Sherry Shepherd, they didn't really give us a real good reason other than to say that. But you got to remember, Sherry Shepherd took over the Wendy Williams show. So in totality, that show has been on a long time.
That's probably ratings.
It's got to be, right? It's got to be. So,
that's probably ratings.
But I was surprised to hear that they're both going, which leaves now Jennifer Hudson. But I've heard rumors that Jennifer might be going. So
all this stuff is just stuff that's on when I walk into work.
Well, right. Well, but I think the reality of what we're seeing is that there's so many talkable things on now that there's really no market for a talk show anymore.
It's a combination, and a little bit of inside baseball. It's a combination of that, and it's a combination of these big media companies buying up all these TV stations.
Very true.
And putting news on that they don't have spots. Because I was literally just having this conversation at work last night because the company that owns us, they got shows that they mandate that we air. We don't have any place to put them.
Wow.
Because we're on, our news is on almost all day. It pretty much is on all day long from like whenever we come on for sunrise, we are pretty much on until we take a break at 6:30 for nightly. And then we come back on from 7 to 8. Then it's NBC.
And then I'll also add this. The other part of this is that appointment TV is no longer a thing.
Right.
Like people aren't going to show up for 4 o'clock for Oprah no more. That's over. Mm-hmm. I can watch, Oprah can do it, and I'll just watch it whenever I want to watch it. So that's a much better format than having to invest the millions of dollars that it takes to run an appointment TV talk show. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's also going away. It's just too expensive to produce, and it's for little payoff. Like what are we talking about? The same million people that'll watch it on YouTube. Like if that's the case, then why am I paying all this money? I can do it much cheaper on YouTube. Scale it all the way back down, and still get the exact same viewer result.
That's why you seeing these podcasts popping up on Netflix now. It's like The Breakfast Club is on Netflix now. See Joe and Jada's on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Levitar shows on Peacock. And so, you like seeing, because like those shows is basically what this is.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. By the way, we're looking for our deal too. We're working on our deal as we speak. So we want some of this money too. Like
it doesn't cost much to produce it. So.
Doesn't cost much to produce it. And listen, we're having a good time, and so are you. So there you Okay. I know we're gonna give our predictions tomorrow, but I did want to say, what is your favorite Super Bowl halftime?
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. It's only three to me, maybe four.
Okay.
It's the four.
Okay.
Michael, Prince, Kendrick, and Beyonce.
Michael
Prince, Kendrick,
Beyonce. I will agree. Well, and I will say,
and the West Coast one with Dre.
I was gonna say, I would say Dre, Mike. I don't. You know what's funny about the Michael one? That's not my favorite Michael performance.
Oh, it's not mine either.
I would say Dre, Prince, Kendrick.
Mine aren't in any kind of order. Those are just my four.
Right. No order, but Dre, Prince, Kendrick. I really like the Rihanna one too. That was kind of unique.
And, because that one had me scared.
Right. She's pregnant and she had the sense of danger. It's like she's gonna fall. It's crazy.
Right.
And I guess Michael would be in the top 5 if I was gonna put a top 5. Michael would be there. What do you think is gonna happen with this Bad Bunny one? Other than we won't understand a word he's saying.
I'm gonna be watching it instead of the other.
I will not be watching Kid Rock do it.
Okay. I don't want to be political, but
yeah.
Your answer to the top selling artist in the world.
Oh yeah, it's Kid Rock.
Is Kid Rock.
Yeah. That ain't even political. That's just stupid.
It's just dumb.
That's just stupid on so many levels.
I mean, there's so many other ways you could go.
So many other country choices.
Bigger country artists that would have gladly done it, and you go with Kid Rock, who ain't had a hit.
Well, now wait a minute.
Years.
There's your problem, though. Are there that many country artists? Because my man Jelly Roll came out on the Grammy stage and was very Jesus, and we're one country, and we all together, and Jesus doesn't belong to one country. And then when they got him in the back room, he was like, I mean, what do you think? So be a little more specific about your feelings. He's like, listen, I'm just a dumb redneck. And he walked that thing all the way back. And I think there are more people who don't want to offend either side in country than there are Kid Rocks that will just blatantly say, like, who you going with? Morgan Waller, who is already pledged his allegiance. So you know what I mean? It's
not. You got what's old girl that sings the Sunday Night Football? I mean, she's.
Yeah, but she can't afford to.
She's already performed for him. She performed at the convention.
Yeah, but she can't. Yeah, but that's one thing. There are no cameras in that room.
We know she did.
Oh no, you said the convention. She performed at the convention.
Republican National Convention. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of, I keep
agree
saying there's plenty of other artists.
There are much better choices.
But actually, the pickings aren't that big. It's a lot of artists that don't associate.
Yeah. And they don't want to mess up their career. They don't want to,
Yeah, I think it's more of that, kind of like the Republicans buy shoes too, like Jordan once said. I think it's kind of a little bit of that.
It is. It's a base. It's a base
because a lot of them do side with them. They just don't
but not publicly.
Not public.
Not publicly. They're not going to mess up the money or relationships. And I think most of them understand the egregious nature of the things that are being done. They are side with him because of the Republican aspect, but the name Republican is now being associated exclusively with the man. And therein lies the real problem, because they don't want to associate with the man. They want to associate with the party, and their party's been hijacked. So I got it. I get it. And they're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. That's the answer. That is the answer. So it is. Did I miss anything? Is there any subject?
No, everything else we got. We're going tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow.
The ACC, with the ACC, U of L women, hopefully.
Would love that to happen.
Big game for them Thursday night. Louisville versus
game.
Duke at Louisville. Louisville's won 14 straight games. They're 11-0 in the ACC. Duke has won 13 straight games. They're 11-0 in the ACC. So a huge game in the KFC Yum Center tomorrow night. Big game, and it's a game tonight.
Yeah.
U of L Notre Dame. Pat Kelsey didn't do a pregame press conference, so that's all the public get for that game.
By the way, shout out to LeBron giving our guy some love last night. I don't know if you saw these last night. He had these on. This is the reason why they won, by the way. Is the
I can't.
Those are I can't turn that. Well, he had on the FAMUs.
Oh, really?
With the Rattlers in the back. I'll send it to you so you can see it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, they look fantastic. And I was like, see, I now understand why you won, because
and then that's what makes me mad about him, because he'll do something like that that's really cool, then he'll do something else stupid to make me mad.
Well, listen, he is the greatest juxtaposition ever created in the history of sports. So there you go. All right, what other shout outs do we have from Press Row? Who are we shouting out, bro? Shout out that guy Charlie, which we'll hopefully see tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have a lot of shouts.
I really don't either. Yeah, I mean, well, shout out to the weatherman, because we had snow last night and they're out of school again today.
Oh wow! So you guys are still out. Wow. It is.
We had a thunder snow yesterday, Lloyd.
What's a thunder snow? What is that?
It thundered while it was snowing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever lived through a thunder snow. That's weird.
Thunder snow, and these snowflakes, man, they was like
there was thunder and regular snow, not snow mixed with rain. That is the craziest thing.
And these snowflakes look like meatballs falling out of the sky. They were so big, giant snowflakes.
So it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah,
I like meatballs. So
the good thing was it was just pure snow, so it's not
right. No ice and all that stuff. Yeah,
but
all of
out of school. So
all of our snow is gone. The cold is still here, but the snow is gone.
Our snow ain't going nowhere, because we've been like 1 degree above freezing since all of this started.
Wow. Wonder why y'all getting hit so hard. We haven't, because normally we both typically get the same weather, but this time it's not been the same. Like, we've gotten some of it.
Yeah,
we had last week, but this week has been fine.
I think that just that little bit tick more north that we are than you all are, I think that might be the difference.
It may be.
Because we're here because we got this. We're not really supposed to get much snow, but the cold. I mean, we're not supposed to. I think we are actually supposed to get up in the 50s next week. But
yeah, it's gonna be a little bit cold tonight, but the temperatures seem to be trending back up toward warm weather for the rest of the week. So we're maybe on the other side of all of it. So this is interesting. So yeah, I'm happy about that. So like I said, I don't really have any shout outs today, I guess. I do want to send thoughts and prayers to Savannah Guthrie. That's crazy what's going on in her life right now.
Yes.
And so we pray for a safe return of her mom home and her to get on the other side of this situation. And then I also gave a shout out yesterday, and I want to give him out today, to Bryce James, who took control of his own future. Said,
red shirt.
There's no rush.
You know, when it's mid-January, now it's February, and you're barely playing. Are you really taking control?
Well, he is, because he could have pushed, and I'm trying to get to the league with my daddy. And, his daddy's like, "Oh, I love to play with both my sons." Okay, he's like, "Nah, I'm good." He's got one son. I'll be fine.
LeBron ain't retiring anytime soon.
Right. It's not out of the realm possibility that they're all three going to play together at some point. So let's right. LeBron seems to be locked in to never leaving the NBA ever. So
even though they were eulogizing them last week when they played the Cavs, I'm like,
right. They were breaking that man down on the side.
You thought he died when they was talking about that man for that game. I'm like, man, get out of here. He ain't. I can see if he'd announced his retirement. He has not ever said anything about retiring.
Not even come close.
They eulogizing it like this is his last game in Cleveland. Like,
they're definitely trying to force him out. They're like, "Hey, man, so retirement? Like retirement though, right?
No, it was that stretch that we talked about last week.
But retirement though, you're like it's okay, right?
But no, they was using LeBron because it's that stretch between the AFC
no, I got
the
it.
Championship week and the Super Bowl. Oh, they're playing Cleveland. Let's blow this up. That's what.
No, I got what you're saying. I'm saying what they're saying to him is, but retirement though, like every chance they get, they're mentioning it, like on every show, every interview. So this is his last game in Michigan, in Madison Square Garden. His last game in Cleveland. His last game in Brooklyn. Bam. He ain't said nothing about nothing being his last game. Not one mention.
No.
But they want him out. It appears they want him out. Everybody wants him out. So
they're selling it. They're selling it. It's like, oh, this could be the last time. So
if ever there was a guy
to generate attention.
If ever there was a guy who was going to go on a retirement tour,
right?
If ever there was a candidate, it would be LeBron, like for sure. Like I could see an extensive documentary style,
and then all the whole time saying he didn't want all of that.
Right? I never asked for this. Yes, you did. Of course you did. Like,
which I give him credit for them DraftKings commercials because Kevin Hart be giving it to him in them DraftKings commercials, and he takes it and he laughs.
He takes it like there's clearly a friendship there because he takes it for sure.
He called it, that's a fib.
We'll get into commercials tomorrow. I started to get into it today, but we'll get into it tomorrow because there should be some really good ones. By the way, $8 to $10 million is the number this year.
Crazy.
For 30 seconds. Crazy. You have 30 seconds to convince 100 million people or billion people that this product is worth something. Go.
Right.
Go. All right. If anything breaks tonight, or we'll have it tomorrow.
I've got a feeling we're going to have some press in the pros going on and believe in the ACC tomorrow.
Probably going to be forced to have it. Like, it's just, there's no way around it at this point. But it's going to be a good time. Good time had by all. With that being said, that is the great Kendrick Haskins. I am Lloyd Spence. This is Press and Pros. And there's only one other theme song better than this one, and that's the one tomorrow. But we like this one.
Y'all, we got it. Scoop in, 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 y'all, we got it.
That's